This is a kind of a cheat code. I won't usually show this, but are you looking to basically get this website?
Yes, we definitely are.
Have you ever got to the end of a sales call for a web design project and you thought, you know what, that conversation went really well, but you didn't get any payment, didn't get the dotted line signed, they ghosted you, and you're sitting there thinking, well, that was just a waste of time. That was me for so long. I was doing so many sales calls, but when it got to the end and I thought, all right, time to get my money, it just never happened. That was until I implemented this framework that I'm using now that lets me close basically every sales call I'm on. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to present your offer, get your clients excited, and best of all, close the deal right then and there. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, well, isn't it just showing my portfolio, saying what my price is, isn't that enough to close a deal? Well, not quite. It's about talking to the business owner, understanding their needs, and then proving to them that you're the right person for the job. And it's not all about being really pushy, it's about being strategic and confident. Now, in a second, I'm going to pull up my presentations and resources that I used. You can have them for free, and you can copy them for yourself. But firstly, before you start getting too salesy on the call, you got to break the ice with the person you're talking to. So for at least a few minutes, talk to them. Say, hey, my name's Cameron, this is where I'm from, this is what I do, this is how long I've been doing web design for, but most importantly, you ask them questions as well. It's not all about you, it's not all about you talking the entire call. You just gotta build that trust with them, you know? You're a stranger, they don't know who you are. So ask them about their business, how long they've been doing this. And this is also your chance to try and find those pain points as well. So ask them things they've been struggling with. For example, one of those things could be they aren't getting enough customers. Well, guess what? You can end up using that later on in the call and saying, hey, this is what's gonna get you leads. This is how it's gonna convert them. Just a lot of stuff like that at the start without just jumping straight into the website mock-up and talking about prices off the bat. Yeah, it's good to meet you, man. I don't want to waste too much time. I'll go straight into it in a sec. But tell me a bit about yourself and your new karate business you started up. It's super exciting.
Yeah, we just started the business.
So you may have seen this before. If you're in the Discord, you have free access to the link where you can download this. This is a presentation that when I'm on Zoom, I share my screen and I run through a few of these slides. Now, what I do is I change a little bit of the text and the information beforehand to make it seem like I made this specifically for that business. So I put the business name in, and depending on what I'm selling, if it's like a booking system or whatever, or in what niche they're in, I'll just change that so it just seems a little bit more, I just specified to them, you know? So like I said before, I say, all right, who am I? So if I'm working with a local business, I always put that. Even if it's not exactly local, I still put where the location is so they know I'm not international or overseas. Again, just trying to build that trust. So my name's Cameron, I run Next Up Web Design located locally here in Newcastle, New South Wales. And then this is a kind of a cheat code. If you have worked with a few kind of big names, they don't need to know who they are, but maybe you've done a little bit of work for a creator who has a few followers, or you work with a web designer who makes a little bit of money. Honestly, you can kind of bullshit it as well, but just trying to put some type of social proof in there. Again, just be careful if you say, but you can kind of bullshit it if I'm being completely honest with you. And then also customer proof. Again, you can kind of bullshit it. It doesn't have to be sites you've done for people. They can just be mock-ups, but it's showing, yep, this is what you do. These are some reviews. These are some websites. I don't spend too much time on this. I just scroll through it. And I like to talk. So businesses with a website experience a 70% increase in customer engagement and 60% boost in sales compared to those without a website. This is due to opening up more avenues for potential clients to find you searching for the services you offer, and then to effortlessly receive more information and reach out to you. So again, I'm just trying to put as much data in here as possible. I'm just trying to make it a no-brainer investment. Here then, I'm going to skip through this quickly, but I talk about the back-end stuff. So most business owners don't see the importance. They believe it's only info-based, but really you can automate all of your bookings, your email automations, payments, stuff like that. Again, this will just depend on what niche and who I'm working with. I'll talk a little bit about credibility and how having a website shows you're a legitimate and established business. Now, from here, this is where I stay sharing my screen. It's not specifically planned, but I just pull up a few of my sites. So for example, if I'm working with, right now I'm about to work with a karate business, so they'll be doing bookings. Now this is another sport, this is a website I did, Precision Basketball. So I'll just scroll through this here, and I'm just going to go through and say, look, this is what I did, this is how it helped them. So they were able to automate all of their bookings for their memberships, they were able to automate their booking calendar. So Does that kind of make sense? I'm just kind of going through and showing them. And also I will go through, and if I'm going to do, say, email automations for them, I'll show them, okay, this is how much money I've generated this month for this business that I did an email automation for ages ago. So I might have to blur a little bit of this, but let me see if I can show you a little bit. Okay, so I won't usually show this, but this is a dashboard for a site I work with. So usually I'll have some type of screenshot. I don't want to go showing all the information, but I'll find a month where we had a little bit of money generated from email automation. So I'll just go back a little bit, because again, we just did this in at the start of the year, and each month it still continues to make money. This is for a small boxing gym studio as well. I think the highest month we had nearly $1,000 in revenue just from simple email automations. So let's see if this loads. Oh, well, that's all good. I'll show you guys another time. But then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, look, generated this much. How do we get your results now? So I believe in providing free value first, which is why you're about to receive this free mock-up, and what has helped numerous businesses trust us to help them. I then go on a little bit of bullshit about, oh, we spend time shedding light about the importance of sites and systems, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the point is then I'll go through and I'll show them their mock-up. So it'll be really cool to have their logo. If there's free images are found on their site, I'll chuck that on there. A little bit of basic info I can find on their Facebook, just depending on who they are and what they already have out. And a lot of the time they're super impressed by that. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. I'm going to do a separate video where I talk about how you do these different mock-ups. But from there, what you're going to do, and this is super important, is you have to try and answer any other further questions they have, take away all the risk, and try and collect payment on the spot. If you give them that chance to hop off the call and let them think about it, or let them get back to you, even if they say they're going to respond right away, you're giving them a huge chance to think about it more and just going to back out and ghost you. Because an effective sales call is meant to build trust, establish your expertise, and help the client feel confident in their decision to choose you. So if you can see they're still a little bit hesitant or skeptical, that comes down to you not providing enough information that they can trust you with. And the biggest advice I would say to keep in your head throughout the entire sales call is don't say what you can do, show what you've done. Like I put up before, the other sites I've done, how it's helped them, my reviews, the money I've generated for other businesses, all that stuff to just try and say, look, I've done this for so many different people, just taking that risk away for them. So what I'll have done before the call, because I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to charge them, I'll have the invoice done and ready to send to them on an email straight away. So on the call, I will do that. So here you can see, these are my little basic invoice templates. You can feel free to copy this. Fairly simple. Just make sure you got information like contact numbers, or at least website, business numbers if you have one. And then depending on if you go through a bank transfer, if you're locally, you can put the information in there. Or if you're going through like a PayLink or a Stripe invoice, but just make sure you've got the link on there as well. Just make sure it's nice, super professional. You got your logo, everything on there, the price. And so what I do is I ask them on the call, when do you want this website done? Or are you ready to get started? A lot of people get this mistaken, and they say to them, what do you think? Oh, do you want to go ahead? Stuff like that. That does not work. You got to be really smart about how you ask them for the money.
Amazing. Perfect. I don't think I have any more questions, or at least for now.
Yeah, no problem. So are you looking to basically get this website up and running like from now, like for me to start working on this and do that?
Yes, we definitely are.
And yes, I know asking for money can feel real awkward at first, but remember, you're providing them with real value. You're not just begging them for a handout, you're providing them with a real solution that you trust is going to help them grow. So when you get those objections, because they will happen, they'll say, look, it's just a little bit too expensive, or I need a little bit more time to think about it, you got to be ready to come back with something that they're not expecting. So think about what they're asking, and you can respond with something like, look, I understand, but are you serious about this business? Do you see yourself having this business in years to come? This website is a 24/7 sales page for you. It's running constantly. It's accepting bookings. It's taking payments. You just want to try and make it a no-brainer investment. Also, building scarcity. If they say something like, look, I'm not sure if I want to do it right now, I need a little bit of time to think about it, say, look, I don't want to have to put you on the waiting list. We've gone through this call. I'm really excited to work with you. I do have other clients that are waiting to get the job done, but I really like you. I like what we're doing. I would like to prioritize you. Just something that makes them feel really special and specific, and just make them say, all right, oh shit, maybe I should go ahead with it right now. Now, there will be times where you still do get the sale, but they're just not going to do it right there on the call for whatever reason, and that is okay, but it is important that you don't just stop right there. Straight away after the call, you send a follow-up email, you send them information on the inclusions they would like on the website, the price, all the information, and the invoice again. And if they don't respond after that, you don't want to bug them, but you do in a way, because if you're never going to talk to them, you're never going to see them again if you don't get this sale. But the more sales calls you do, the better you get at it. It's like anything. You learn how to handle more objections. You learn how to just close more deals. You just know what you're saying, and you have more belief and trust in your system. So I hope you did get a little bit of value from this information. I know there's a lot of different bits and pieces I have shown in other videos, but I did get a lot of requests in my community to make a video like this. I also want to make another kind of sequel to this, an in-depth one where I show you a little bit of footage from my sales calls, or maybe actually when I'm editing, I might put a little bit of a few little clips in this video as well, just to add a little bit of value to you guys. But again, the Discord is free for a little bit more longer. We're over like 200 members now. It's going real good. A lot of good, really good web designs in there as well. If you're in the web design niche, we've got people doing 5 figures a month, and it's really good to network. So if you want to learn more, join that for free. Link in the description. I'll talk to you in there. And yeah, let's make some money, guys.